Hey everybody, welcome to R&ASMR. If you have been a viewer of mine, it's been a while since I've made a video, but I am hopefully back, but I might be back in a different way now. I will just go ahead and jump right in. I don't want to give too long of an explanation because I wanted to cover a comic book with you and some other things, but I'm not sure if ASMR is the route that I want to take with my videos, because I have a calling, I have a specific thing that I do want to talk about, but it is not ASMR related, so I'm thinking about creating another channel for that content and kind of putting aside this. I haven't had very many views or likes, but I do appreciate those of you that have viewed my videos and liked a couple of them, and I will leave the content up that is up and available right now, but I'm going to probably take a different route and just be making other videos, and if I think that some of those videos could be ASMR worthy, they might show up on this channel as well. But my daughter, who's 4, I think she might be a really good young ASMR artist, so I might incorporate her a little more on this channel to give a little something different. I don't know if there's a lot of children that do ASMR, but I think that she does really well, and she gets excited to help in any way, so we might try that out. But with all of that said, there will be different things on this channel, and not as much, but every now and then I might do a comic review or something like that. But I wanted to go over this toy here that I have. This is obviously R2-D2, and I got this when I was a kid, so it's kind of older, and I like the noise that old plastic makes. But it was made in 1998, so not that old, but and he has his little guns here that I actually think might be broken, but what is supposed to happen is, I'm going to just tinker with this a little. When his leg is up, they fall down all around, and when you pull the leg down, see how that one, they're supposed to go in. So once I get them all in, see, they don't go in like they're supposed to anymore. But once they're all in, let's see if that'll work. Get it all in there. Nope. I got it earlier, but it just takes a lot of patience. Maybe that's it. Nope. Once they're all in, they're supposed to go in. It's this one. maybe what you have to do is get them all in upright so they won't fall out. Every time I press that one, the back one falls out. Come on, R2. I'm not as nerdy as I sound, I hope. But there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. Pull that in. Maybe if I pull that in more, they'll stay. Get in there. Well, I did it earlier and it wasn't this hard. But you can see through him. As you can tell, I'm getting quite a bit frustrated with him. But I just wanted him to work. I used to have a friend that, sorry about the car. We live right outside of the city, but not close enough, but some people, I think, wish they were in the city. But, anyway, I used to have a friend that was a big Star Wars fanatic, and he had Star Wars memorabilia all over his room, and it was to excess, I think. I am not really a big Star Wars freak. My husband likes it. I've seen a few of them, not all of them. There we go, we got it. I was turning the wrong way. But now these are shut, and his guns are inside. There we go. There he is, in all his glory. It has been years since I've gotten him to work, but you can see he has, it's like a glass, or not glass, but clear plastic here and here. He mostly still works. And I think if you press it, this was supposed to turn back and the guns were supposed to fall out. But they don't do that anymore. Anyway, neat little toy. But what I really wanted to go over today was a comic book that I found in my husband's stash. And it is The Adventures of Superboy, the not-so-nice origin of Knick-Knack. And this is issue number 20 of the DC comic. And this came out in October of 1991, written by the Duke of Doohickeys himself, Gilbert Gottfried. This is based off of the television series that came out. The first 3 titles feature the original Superboy, the legendary hero Superman as a boy. And the later series feature the second Superboy, who is a partial clone of the original Superman. Volume 1 was started in 1949 and ran through 1977. 4 years after the character's debut in More Fun Comics number 101 in January of 1945. The majority of the stories were set in the rural town. I can't say that word. Rural town of Smallville during the character's youth, including tales of his toddlerhood. The comic historian Les Daniels said that many early Superboy stories seemed devoted to extolling the virtues of life in America's small towns, and covers made Smallville look like dream world where few problems existed. The early Superboy might be called the Saturday Evening Post of comic books. And the Legion of Superheroes, Bizarro, debuted in Superboy number 68 in October of 1958. And for much of this period, DC also published Superboy tales in Adventure Comics, which began featuring the Boy of Steel regularly in issue number 103 in April 1946. In 1962, Superboy was the second best-selling comic book in the United States, surpassed only by Superman in sales. The Legion of Superheroes starred in their own backup features, starting with number 172 in March 1971. Wildfire made his first appearance as ERG-1 in the Legion backup feature in issue number 195, with issue number 197, 1973. The Legion became permanent co-stars, and the cover logo became Superboy, starring the Legion of Superheroes, while the title of the book itself remained Superboy. The feature proved popular and saw such events as the wedding of Bouncing Boy and Duo Damsel in issue number 200 in February 1974. Sorry about the train. Issues number 202 and number 205 of the series were in the 100-page super spectacular format. Issue number 203 featured the death of Invisible Kid, with issue number 222. The cover logo became Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, and the book's title itself followed with issue number 231. The character Dawn Star was introduced in issue number 226 in 1977, and a backup story in issue number 236 served as a lead-in to all new collector's edition number C-55, which featured the wedding of longtime Legion members Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad. Then Earth War was crafted, which was a 5-issue storyline in Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes in number 241 and 245. And the story originally scheduled to appear in DC Special Series was split apart and published in Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes number 250 and 251 due to the DC implosion, starting with number 259 in 1980. The title was changed to Legion of Superheroes Volume 2, and the Boy of Steel left the team and the book. Though Superboy later rejoined, he made only occasional appearances in the series that once bore his name, and the series remained a Legion book until its last issue, Tales of the Legion of Superheroes number 354 in December 1987. Then we come in with the New Adventures of Superboy, which came out in 1980 to 1984. It was launched to provide readers with monthly Smallville-based Superboy tales, which had actually kind of disappeared after the Legion became co-stars of the original Superboy title. The series continued monthly publication for a total of 54 issues, with virtually all issues being penciled by Lois Lane and Kurt Schaffenberger. Issue number 50 in 1984 featured a Legion of Superheroes guest appearance with Keith Giffen, splitting the story's art duties with Schaffenberger. Superboy Spectacular number 1 was DC's first direct sales only title. Briefly, the series also included Dial H for Hero, backup feature which told the story of Christopher King and Victoria Grant, which were, if you don't know, two teenagers who could change into a variety of superheroes based on reader submissions. The feature was originally presented in Adventure Comics, but moved to Superboy shortly after Adventure Comics ended its run in a monthly comic. And now we come to this, which is volume number 2, which lasted from 1989 to 1991, which is the third series. It's different from the other Superman or Superboy titles in that it's set in the continuity of the Superboy television series, as opposed to the regular DC universe. Its intent was to explore some of the unseen tales and events that the TV series could not. The series originally carried the cover title Superboy, the comic book with issue number 1 having a photo cover with the show's stars Gerald Christopher and Stacy Haiduk in 1990, although the title in the indicia was simply Superboy. After issue number 11, the series changed its cover title to The Adventures of Superboy, a change reflected in the indicia beginning with number 18. The series was published monthly until it went bi-monthly for the final 3 issues and remained in publication for 22 issues to the end of 1991, and a concluding 1-issue special in 1992. So that's where this is picking up. There's also a Volume 3, which ran from 94 to 2002, Volume 4, which ran from 2010 to 2011, Volume 5, which ran from 2011 to 2014. So it just recently ended, I think, which is crazy that it started, way back in the 40s. And this is issue number 20. I like, all of the wording, which you don't find much of anymore in comics. This was put out by Warner Brothers. This is my favorite comic book art, and it's unfortunate that it's not much like this anymore. Dungeons and Dragons. I like this stuff for the for the ads. Interesting here. He says, I grew up as Clark Kent to become Superboy, while Nicholas Knack grew up to become this raving lunatic. And we can see that very evident. We have a shout out to Jerry Seinfeld there. Got a battle going on here. But we can see that we cannot defeat Superman. So this is Nick Nack, and this is Superman. like when they just say end. So, I haven't actually read this comic. I do plan to. It was the first time I actually opened it up all the way. But hope you enjoyed that. And I do plan on making more videos. Just probably more on my other channel, and maybe a couple, like I said, a couple comic book updates, and see if I can get my daughter on this channel, and if you even like that kind of thing. But I have noticed a lot of my favorite ASMR artists putting out more stuff, so I tend to just listen instead of make. But if anybody likes this kind of stuff, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment or whatever. And I look forward to making new content and all of that when I get time. And sorry for the wait. I tried to put up a video this past spring. I went to the coast and made a video at the ocean, but for some reason it would just not upload. So I was going to keep it updated, but it ended up just not working. But yeah, I have a little bit more time on my hands now. Just got a few things done, and just looking forward to sharing some of that time with you, and hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. And with all of that said, get a little rest and relaxation. And until next time, thanks for listening.